Alright guys, welcome to another amazing moment of tutorial with Victor, and on this tutorial today we are going to be talking about mixing of Afrobeat, and that's what we are going to be talking about today. Today we are not going to be mixing vocals, we are going to be mixing Afrobeats. And what I mean by mixing an Afrobeat, we are going to be mixing an Afrobeat raw and all together with the vocals. So this project was sent to me by a producer in Lagos, and I was asked to mix and master this project. So I decided to come up to, after I'm through with the project, come up with some of these works for you guys to see the techniques I use in getting this work done, and I'll be showing you guys. So as you can see, we have the the vocals, and then we also have the beats, and then we also have the vocals at the bottom line here, which I mix everything with the beats together, and it was sent to me. And you can see there are a lot of work that has gone down here that I've done, and on this tutorial we are going to be reviewing everything that concerning this. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to leave a like on this video, because once you do this I bring more of this. Let's get down. So we are going to be making this video 1 and 2, and that is part 1 and part 2. Why the part 1 we are going to be mixing the beat, and why the second part of this video we are going to be mixing the vocals together. And this is a great lesson. Don't forget, watch this video to the end, because this will change your mix, everything about your mix, because I am going to be reviewing a lot of things. Now let's get down. Now we have the vocals here, we have the beat here, so let me give it a play. Let's listen to it.
It is a beat classic.
Shawty got the booty of the goddess. The baby fine, how much she not get the manners. Classic, how much you too like designer. You know you balance. Anything you say, I wanna find out. Tell me the reason why I don't go follow you. You are taking over, baby. Give me your body, make I hold your body. I will treat you like my mommy. Keep me your company. Give me your body, make I hold your body. I will treat you like my mommy. Keep me your company.
So for the sake of the time, I'm not going to be playing the full of this mix, so let's just get down to work. So when a project was sent to me, especially a project that comes with a beat about that concern mixing of the beat and also mixing of the vocals all together, the first thing I do is that I would like to analyze everything, check the kind of pattern of song it was, and this is some kind of club dance and some kind of party hall dance. So I'll analyze it, then try to arrange my work. Like as you can see, this is my kick, and that's my drum, this is my lock drum, and this is my roll, and this is my snare, and this is my second snare, this is my piano. So first of all, I'll put the drum aspect at the top, and then before I start to talk about the guitars and the piano rolls and the rolls and other things, and that's how I do concerning my mixing. So for now, I'm going to be muting everything we have here, and I'm going to be working on them one after the other on the beat. So let me mute this. Now let's listen to, this is my drum roll. Unfortunately, this my kick comes is a loop, so it comes with some snares and everything on it. So there's other techniques I use concerning that when it comes to that. So this is my kick that comes with. So I'm going to be removing every plugin I use on it while we play it raw the way it was sent and see. So this is how it was sent to me. It wasn't that bad, but I feel like it needed some kind of punch, some kind of heavy punch as an Afrobeat. So I goes on, like I went straight to like, okay, adding a kickbox to it, and this is a kickbox. I love using this when it comes to my mixing, when it comes to mixing my kick. But unfortunately, this kick comes with, it's a loop just as I said before, and then it comes with some kind of shakers and then rim shot. So I decided to use another method to tackle it, which I use this, and I have to go to this warmth and then set this to about 90 hertz, and then set this to about, this is plus 5 dB. Just added some kind of dB for some kind of punch, and it started to sound this way. Now I'm going to be muting it. Listen to before and after. So let me turn the plugin on. So you can see a lot of difference that it just created. You can see how the kickbox, little thing I did here was just like tuning that. You can also adjust to any kind of setting you wanted, but for me, I think I'm okay with this punch, and it's nice for the pattern of song I want to mix. So I just go that way. So the next thing I added was a NLS Boss stereo, and then this is a nice plugin I use, and the reason why I used to use this sometimes was because I use this to glue my kick together, like giving that kind of feelings. Like listen to how it sound with it. So now, most of the time you wonder how those professionals, producers, what are they really doing, that sometimes when after everything their mix, their kick sounds so heavy at the party, sounds so good at the party. These are the secret I am revealing to you guys, and this is it. These are the plugins. So now let me turn it off so that we can listen to without. That is without, and this is with it. So I believe you can feel the vibrations, and that was all I did concerning my kick and the shakers all together. That is the techniques I use to tackle this. But when it comes to only my kick, there are other ways I also do it, but since this comes with a shaker and some rim shot, I do it that way. That's all I did concerning my kick, and it was sounding this way. Now let's talk about our this is our log drum. So let's talk about our log drum. So my log drum was sent to track 9. Let's listen to it. So this is how the log drum was sent to me. So after adding my plugin, it sounds this way. Now this is the plugin I use. I still use kickbox on this, on my log drum, because I want some heavy punch, but at this moment I have to add some kind of add it to about 8 dB this time around, and leave it at 90 hertz at this point, and tune this to 8 dB this time around. That was all I did concerning my log drum. That's how I mix my log drum. There are sometimes I add compressors to it, and sometimes I use this H compressor from Wave to like help out a little bit. But I used this, but at the end I took it off. I discovered it wasn't that needed, so I mute it off. So it sounds this way. So all together with my kick and snare, kick and rim shot and shaker sounds this way. So now let's go down to other plugin I added. So I'm going so deep into this in details, and I will be letting you guys know. So if you are finding anything difficult or you have a question, you can drop it at the comment, and I promise to reply you as soon as possible. But don't forget to still hit the subscribe button, comment and like this video. I really appreciate that a lot. So let's talk about our bass aspect. This is a log drum also, but I think the producer used this as a bass, like to back up the log drum, and it sounds this way. So now I did the same thing I did for the log drum in this. So I'm going to be muting it, and I will show you how it was sent to me raw. This is how it was sent to me. So it wasn't that bad. So after adding my own plugins to it, now it sounds this way. So now what I did there was I sent this to the same box. I sent this log drums to the other log drum I just talked about just now, and it was the same plugin, so it was passing through the same box. So it was still the same plugin I added to, so they were all in one channel, in one track. That's all I did concerning that. And take all together, they sounds this way. So as you can see the vibe, and the vibe it was giving some kind of heavy and thick sound, very full to the ears. That's what I was trying to achieve using those little things I just added, and that's all. No much work. So let's talk about the rows. And when we talk about the row aspect, did I add anything concerning the row? Yes, I did something about the rows. Okay, let's see. Now that's our row, and that's how our row sound. So now what I did here was that I added some plugins to the rows, and there are some plugins I normally used to add to my rows. One of the plugins I used to my rows is the S1, the imager, like a stereo wide. I don't know how to put it, like some kind of stereo expander. Yes, I use it to like make my rows to be very full to the ear, like in the stereo part. Like when the row comes in, you as a listener or you as a consumer of that music will feel like, yes, you just listening to something very heavy and cool. So like I just put it down. The wideness was about 1.37. Sometimes I can bring it to about 1.70, but sometimes I just tune it just based on the way I listen to my ears. So you mustn't do it the way I do it. You can also do yours on your own ways, like just the way you listen to it on your own ears and how you feel that is better. That's how production is all about. So let's listen to how it sounds with it. So let me take it off. Let's listen to without. Now I think I have a plugin here I added before, so let me mute it and listen to it. So you can see it was just stuck at the middle range at your headset. Okay, now let me turn it on. So you can see the little difference. So the next plugin I added was a one-off factor. I think I'm not mistaken the name. Yeah, one knob one up factor. Yeah, that is the name. So the reason why I'm adding this one up factor is that I wanted the snare to have some kind of bottom line bass, like kind of thickness to it. That is why I just added about 2% to it. At this point I just tune it, added about 2.0 to it, and then it sounds this way. So it had some kind of strength to it at the bottom line. That was why I added the one off factor. That's the two plugin I use in my rows. Now let's listen to everything together with it and see how it sounds with the rows.
Your body, I will treat you like my mommy.
So that was all I did. Now let's talk about other plugin I added to this, which of this is this? Let me see. Yeah, this is our chord, and this is our major chord, like the chord that plays throughout the instrument. It doesn't cease, it plays throughout the instrument. And there's a way I treat chords that play throughout the instrument, because they are the major line, they are the bottom line of the music, and there are ways you can do it as a producer, because these plugs are very, very important, and there's ways that you can put it, make it sound better. So this is it, and I think I sent this to channel track 4, and this was sent to track 4. So now this is my major chord. So what I actually did here was that I didn't do much about it, because there's something I want to show to you guys. This is okay. Let me play it. Now let me play this. So there are two chords that is supporting this music, and they play throughout this thing. So what do I have to do concerning this? Since there are two, this one is the one supporting this. Okay, now this is the first one. Okay, now this is the one. The first one is the one supporting the second one. So what I did here was to add a compressor to it. I only added a compressor to it, and my threshold was about minus 20.6, and then attack was about 1.0, release was about 250. I added much release to this because I don't want the compressor to do much, and that was the only thing I added to that, and it sounds this way. So now the other one supporting it was the one I literally did some kind of stuff on it, which I added some kind of stereo S1 stereo widener to it, to add some kind of stereo feelings to it, to make it very full. That was what I did. So this is it. I just widened it a little bit to about 1.552. That was the only thing I did. Like, I wanted that main plugin, that main chords to be very wide to the ear, because it's the one holding the strength of this song, and I want it to be I want the feelings of it to come out. So I decided to make it full to the ear, and it sounds this way. So literally I reduce the volume of it. I do some kind of gain staging. So I forgot to talk about it, even concerning my kick and everything I'm doing here. The more I do it, the more I do gain staging. I gain stage everything, but everything here was done after the mixing of the vocals and the backup, everything together. That was when I started doing gain staging. That was when I started doing it. So we'll come to that. Now let's play the two chords together and see how they sound both together. So if you have a very good ears, you'll be discovering that there's a lot of feelings that chord just brought to it, very full to the ears, and very nice. So that was all I did concerning that. Now let's talk about other plugin I added, which is my this is a piano key, and this is a key that was sent also. It sounds this way. So those are the plugins that comes and go. They are not the kind of plugin that plays throughout the song. So they comes and they go. They give the feelings and they go. So there are ways I do those kind of plugins. I used to create a track for those plugins specially, which I created a track like track 11 to send any plugin that consigned that to it, and only what I added was just the imager also to give it some kind of full sound. This was about 1.67, and that was how I add some kind of stereo widening to it. It's about 1.67, and it was sounding this way. So without, so with it, so that was what I did concerning that. And I did the same thing here. I think I sent this to the same track. Yes, it was the same thing I did here that was still applying to this also. Let me take it there so that we can understand. So the next thing I decided to mix was this sound also, and it was sent to the same. I think I didn't touch anything concerning this. I think I was liking the way it was sounding already. Yeah. So I like the way this one sounds, so I think it was mixed by the producer already, so I didn't touch anything concerning that. So it was all sounding this way. Alright, let's go down to another stuff I mixed, which was the guitar, and this guitar played throughout the song. So it was sent to channel 6, and let's see what I did with it. Let's listen to the guitar and see how it sounds after mixing. So this guitar plays throughout the song, so I did the same thing I did for the rest, which is adding some imager to it, stereo widening to it, and it was still the same process, just that the amount of widening I added was about 1.87 this time around, because I want this to be more fuller. That was what I did, and it sounds this way. So without that plugin, it sounds this way. So with the plugin, so you can see the difference. So we have a piano solo here, and then what I definitely used to do with my piano solo sometimes, I added some kind of plugins to it, which I sent to channel 11, track 11 or so, which are among the plugins, the how do I put it, that comes and go in the beat. So the same thing, the same process was adding the stereo imager to it, and that was the same thing I did. It was still passing through it. That was all I did. So I came to this. There are not much work on that. So I came to this aspect. I think yes, this was also sent to that the same track also, which sound like this. It's strange. So it comes and go. All I did was to just add some stereo imager to it. Same thing I did. So I think I have another syntax here, which okay, let's play it and see how it sounds. Okay, this I didn't touch anything concerning this because I don't see any need touching it, because it was already sounding very, very nice and cool to the ear. So I didn't touch anything concerning that. Let's give it a play. Now let's talk about other things I did here. Was like, this is my should I say my clash that was sent. Okay, let's listen. Okay, so I think this one I send it to my rows around my mixing of my rows also. Yes, track 10. Yes, this is my rows. It was the same thing I did for my rows, adding an imager to it and adding the one-off factor to it also, to give it some kind of bottom line hotness, like some bottom line heaviness. That was what I did, and it sounds this way. So let's listen to without it and see. Let me take it off. So let me put it on. So let's talk about other plugins. This is my percussion. This is where the major work happens. Yes, the rest I was just doing was just like gain staging and balancing everything to sound good and not letting the other ones to be louder than the other ones. So this is where the major work have, and there we have our percussion, which sounds this way. So I'll be taking off the plugin. Let's listen to it the way it was sent. Now let me put the plugins on it and let's listen to it how it sounds. So I don't know if you notice the clarity, and this is where the major work comes in. So this is where I want you guys to pay attention to how I mix my percussions in my beat. So this is what I use visual mix rack. So I use this visual mix rack to get this clarity and these sounds that you're listening to. So I use an EQ, which I have to add some kind of high end to reach at this great tone, and at the mid range here I didn't add anything, and also the basic part of it I added a little bit of it to it. As you can see, you can also copy this setting to make your work a perfect one. So you can also copy this, which I use a little bit of compressor. I didn't touch anything on the compressor, so I use this. The reason why I'm using this was because I wanted to add some kind of heavy sounds to it at the bottom line also, and the high end also add some kind of stuff to it. Use a compressor again, and then I use some kind of, I actually don't know what this stuff does, but one of the main reasons why I love it is that it adds some kind of stereo feelings and some kind of clarity to it, and that's how some saturation to it. Sorry, that's why I love using it. Let's listen to it and see. So let me So let me take off the plugin and you listen to the difference. So let me bring the plugin back. So that was all I did concerning that, and that was how it sounds with that plugin. So you can also copy this setting to like put on your practice to know better about it. So now let's talk about other stuff I added, which is I think this is another percussion loop. This is, I think this is a rims. So most of these things in this beat comes with a lot of loops and some kind of thing. So I'm finding it somehow difficult to like jump into this and trying to create something out of it. And that was what I was doing, because it comes with vocals and comes with some kind of stuff meshed together with it. So let's see what I actually did here. That was, let me see the track I sent this to. This is track 12. I sent this to track 12. Send that track 12. That's where I send it to. It was the same thing, the same procedure. I just copy it and paste it on this because they are all the same stuff and they both of them sound this way.
You are taking over my mind. Give me your body, make I hold your body. I will treat you like my mommy. Keep me your company, give me your body.
Alright, let's talk about other things I added, which is this is a row, which there was about 2 rows on this song. So let's take a listen to this and see how this one's done. So now let me take off the plugin. So it was the same plugin I added, I think so. Yeah, it was the same plugin I added to the other ones that was still there, the one of Fata. Yeah, I think I sent it to the same channel, adding some kind of stereo imager to it to make it full one of Fata. Also, you know what it does already. So without it, it sounds this way. Now with it, you can see that was enough difference. So another tough stuff here was I think this one, how do I call it, some kind of sweep or what. Let's see. I think this is an FX. So this is an FX. What I did was to send it to that the same channel of the row, which is the track 10, adding some kind of stereo widener to it, and also one off atta. That was what I did, the same stuff that was passing through it. So I think this was the producer's tag. Yeah, let's see.
It's a beat classic.
I didn't touch anything concerning that. I didn't touch it. I think it was sounding good
It's a beat classic.
sounding good already. So that was all I did concerning the beat aspect. Yeah, seriously, that was all I did concerning mixing of the beat. So I touched those things a little more. I didn't just mix them at once. At the same time, when I was mixing that, I just touched the drums and then I went straight to mixing of the vocals. So it was when I was through with the mixing of the vocals, that was when I came back to complete the mixing of the beat, because I don't just want to mix only beat and leave vocals. Maybe at the end I might find it difficult to mix the beat, because maybe I already add some kind of sweetness already to the beat and it's not following up. Let's listen to how the beat sounds together mixed without the vocals. So now let's talk about the gain staging aspect, which the gain staging aspect, I just gain stage my kick a little bit, bring it down a little bit, but we are going to be talking about the gain staging aspect and the mixing of the vocals. So as you can see, we have the vocals here, and these are the vocals. This from this place, from this aspect down, from this aspect down, from this aspect down are all everything concerning down, everything concerning the vocals, which we are going to be talking about at the part 2 of this vocal. So guys, don't miss this. I'm saying this many times now. Don't afford to miss this. Always subscribe. Just subscribe, hit the notification bell. Once I drop this video, it's going to hit on your phone and you're going to see a lot of things. So before we go, let's just glance through the beat aspect, through the vocal aspect, and you see some of the stuff that we added there. And let's see. Okay, let me put, because let me turn on our delay and reverb everything on it. Shawty got the booty of the goddess. The baby fine, how much you not getting manners. Classic. So that's what we are going to be mixing, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get the clarity of every vocal you mix. So guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me, and stay tuned for the part 2 of these vocals. Have a nice day.